I realized lately that I don't talk about breathing much. I don't talk about breathing. I've been so focused on talking about alignment and the energy and how to create movement and how to create mobility in the body and relaxation, but breathing is the basis of all of this. And I've been neglecting talking about it. So now I'm going to talk about it and tell you that just lay down on the floor. So lay down on the floor and look up at the ceiling and relax your eyes, relax your face. I consider this to be earth breathing. We're laying on the earth and we're breathing. So it's very difficult to look at your breathing and not try to control it. But that's what we want to do. We want to look at the breath and not control the inhale and exhale. So this is not easy. It takes some time. We're so conditioned. Our body is adapted to our conditioning and the way that we use it. So just to soften our eyes, soften our face, and feel the breath come and go. And not get distracted, but yet don't control the inhale and exhale. We don't want to hear the breath. We don't even want to hear the breath internally. If you can hear the breath, it's blocking the chi. If the breath is forced, you're blocking the chi. Chi, breath, air, all the same word in Chinese. So it depends on context, but air is chi, breath is chi. So relax your face and relax your belly and just let your belly move up and down. And notice what's happening in your diaphragm. When I finally retired, it took me about 6 months to actively release my diaphragm. And it's not, that was years ago, and it's still not fully released. In the back, it's hard to release your diaphragm in the back. In the back, the diaphragm goes all the way around the rib cage. It's not just in the front, but also in the back. And your psoas is also connected to your diaphragm. Natural breathing can release your spine, release your psoas. So every day, I spend some time like this, just softening my gaze, looking at my breath. Noticing if looking at my breath is trying to make me control it. The tongue to the roof of the mouth, behind the teeth. And I spend time like this. I spend time like this every day. Eyes open, eyes closed. And see where the breath is going. And the more you can relax, the more you'll feel the breath move through your whole body. We want to start by feeling the breath move into the back body. Very often we're focused on diaphragmatic breathing, which means we relax the belly. But laying on the floor allows us to feel our low back on the floor. And notice what's happening around our kidney and low back area and see if the breath is there. See if it comes into there or if it's blocked. Don't try to extend your breath. If you just softly, gently, so gently, almost not focused, but like you're trying to spy on your breath. The attitude is like, oh, if you want to, if someone's talking about something at another table and you're interested in what they're talking about, but you don't want to feel like you're eavesdropping, you keep eating, that's the way we should look at our body. Not to focus, because focus immediately brings tension into the mix. So if you relax, you'll notice that the breath naturally lengthens. And every breath isn't the same length. Some breaths are long, some are short, some are shallow, some are deep. But the breath penetrates into more and more of your body. And eventually you feel yourself breathing all the way down to your feet, down to your toes. But we start just noticing the breath. And then gently bring our attention to the back body. So again, it's like spying. It's not like, go down there, breath. It's just like spying. Where we bring our attention is where the breath goes, but if we bring too much attention, then we start to try to control. And now, I'm not saying that this is particularly easy, because we will get distracted and our minds wander and we forget about the breath. And just like we do when we try to meditate, the mind goes everywhere, or then we come back to it and we try to control the breath for a while. So you have to build a certain capacity. It takes a little time. You have to be patient with this, because all of this stuff takes time and patience. And we're not used to that in the culture that we live in. We don't live in a kind and patient culture, especially kind to ourselves. Don't criticize yourself. Just notice who you are. In order to take a step, you have to know where you're stepping from. In order to get better at something, you have to be where you are and embrace it and allow yourself to be there and move from there. We keep trying to move into, get better at things. It doesn't work that way. We don't really get better at things. We just add patterns to our patterns. So we add patterns upon patterns upon patterns. That's why people sit around and then they go and they've developed a body that's really good at sitting in chairs and sitting on the sofa and watching TV and eating pizza. And then they go to the gym and they wonder why they get injured. Their body's not prepared to go to the gym. Yet they're trying to move their body in a way that it's not used to moving, and then they try to be good at it, so they force it, or they work harder. We have this no pain, no gain thing in our culture. But pain is not good. We don't want pain, and we need to learn the difference between pain and sensation. Sensation is sometimes necessary. Things don't always feel wonderful when you're doing them, especially before they let go. So we have to gently focus and be patient and relax and allow things, you can't make things let go. You have to allow them to let go. You have to allow the energy to flow through your body. You can't make the energy flow through your body. You can encourage it to some degree. You can lead it. You can guide it. But you can't force it. You can't push it. So we just need to relax. And when the system is relaxed, when the breath is relaxed, the breath is long. And it becomes more full, and there's more movement going on. And you may want to even extend this time beyond 5 or 10 minutes, and you may find yourself falling asleep. So that is also about building capacity and the desire to really look inside and see what's causing you to fall asleep. Your patterns, your distractions that will distract you by sleeping rather than looking at what's going on. As Thich Nhat Hanh says, what's going on is very important. Yes, I suppose this is a form of meditation, but everything, when it becomes mindful, is a form of meditation. This is trying to understand the breath. And then if we stand up and we start to do breathing exercises, we've already gained some capacity. When we add movement to this, it's already easier because it's more relaxed. So doing this every day helps you become familiar with your breath in an intimate way. Most of us aren't. Really, most of us aren't. Most of us haven't a clue about how we breathe, how to breathe, and then we try to do pranayama and we force the breath. We try to do some other breathing exercises. We try to do Wim Hof. We force the breath. Maybe it's good to first understand your breath. The exercises that Wim Hof is based on, Tumo breathing, Tibetan Buddhist breathing, is usually done by people who've been sitting in meditation for many, 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 many hours just breathing. So they're not coming to this from the culture. They're dropping into they've already dropped into themselves, and they're able to understand. Their body's already free of a lot of those patterns. They've developed patterns where the breath is natural because they sit in meditation. And when you do something a lot, that's what your body becomes good at. And that's what they do a lot. And so the Tumo breathing is part of the traditional Tibetan Buddhist 3-year retreat. And at some point, it's one of the 6 yogas of Naropa, if you need to know such a thing. And then, Wim Hof based his practices on that, and he did a lot of preliminary work there before he was able to accomplish what he accomplished. But we try to jump into these things and try to do it fast and try to learn it fast. And so what happens is we maybe hurt ourselves in some way, and maybe even it's not apparent in the beginning, but maybe you're creating some kind of long-term internal damage due to this rush to get somewhere, rather than taking it slowly and understand that your body has its own pace that it's going to unfold at. So just breathe and listen to the sounds around you. And feel the breath. And I hope that this works for you and that you try this. And I hope you like this video and you like my channel. And I hope you have a good day wherever you are. Take care. And keep breathing. But allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, what you're experiencing when you're feeling it, when you're experiencing it. Bye.